Why is Andrew Tate so rich? Let's explore this. I'm here in the most northern part of Australia, and I'm going to show you some beautiful views. As I was walking here, I saw a yacht that was floating in the ocean, and I thought to myself, well, most of my videos now are going to be recorded for Andrew Tate, me explaining Andrew Tate, decoding him, because he's by far the most fascinating human being that's alive currently, at least in the social media sphere, according to all of you. So why is he so rich? What can I share with you that will help you to understand how he has amassed so much wealth? You can see that maybe not so clearly, but there's a yacht there. Number one, no doubt that it's his physical presence. It helps a lot. And his height, he's like 6'4". I'm not that tall, but I can imagine being that tall. You tower over other human beings, and this gives you the level of confidence and certainty to be able to speak to them in a way that you are commanding. This is not always so. There are lots of weak men that are tall, physically tall. It doesn't really matter. It really matters your internal character, which is the most important thing. You look at the contrast between him and his brother, there's a massive contrast. Even though they're of similar height, actually even Tristan Tate is taller than him. Yet, there is a massive difference, and that is to do with the internal energy of the human being. Andrew Tate is unlike any other human being that you've come across, for sure. So that obviously plays a role. But the most significant aspect that I see of why he's amassed so much wealth is that he's like a sheer bulldozer, or like a bulldog, or like a pit bull, maybe. Because when you look at a pit bull has no sense of quit or desire to fail or to quit. If he gets into a fight, it's over. You would have to either, physically harm him for him to, let go of his teeth, or do something very crazy. You can watch dog fights on YouTube of pit bulls. It's insane. So that's kind of what he is, or he's like a bulldozer, You have a gigantic bulldozer and you can just run through any of these buildings, straight through. You don't have to care about what the framework of the building is or anything about it. You just go straight on through, like you just plow through. And that's exactly his type of energy. I could see it, He just does whatever is needed, and that's it. And unfortunately, that's not like most human beings, and even me, because having come in the human form, your emotions, generally speaking, for the majority of humankind, your emotions are the most dominant force. So being the most dominant force, you tend to do things that feel pleasant and feel good, which is not always the best case scenario, I'm sure that liquid heroin or cocaine feels great. Yet I don't do those things, and I don't plan to do those things ever, and I don't recommend you do those things, because once you get a taste of that, and if you don't have internal mastery of or strong conscious willpower, you are going to get sucked into that and you will destroy your life. Guaranteed. So don't do that. Don't fall into the trap. Yet, coming back to Andrew Tate, I can see it if you look at it, the geography of the actual physiology or the body, where that energy is. It's in his neck and his skull, his head. That's the majority of this. He has such a massive perspective. Like, for example, the perspective on this camera, I can see that it's, it has a certain amount of view. But if I were to fully zoom this camera out, you can see far beyond what is, what you can't see. This man has such massive perspective. His field of view is so massive. It's like close to 360 degrees. That's just how energetically I feel that man. And that is obviously so important for acquiring wealth and acquiring money, because you can clearly see what is needed to be done, and you can do those things. So that's it. That's all I have to say for you now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I recently started a Patreon account, which I will make a total of 114 videos. And they won't be regular videos like this. They will be energetically powerful and potent. And anyone, it doesn't matter who you are, if you subscribe to my Patreon, no doubt I will have energetic contact with you. And this is the first guarantee that I can make to you. Whatever addictions that you have in your life, they will slowly begin to vanish and ultimately disappear and get destroyed. So if you're someone that is heavily addicted to whatever you are addicted to, and if you subscribe to my Patreon, and if you stay for a certain length of time, I would say a minimum of 3 months, guaranteed, no doubt about it, I am willing to put my life on the line here, and I am. I'm putting my life energy on the line. That whatever addiction you have, no matter how severe it is, it will slowly start to, that addiction will loosen its grip on you, and you will be free from that. Okay, so subscribe to my Patreon. It's $80 a month. It's not cheap, but you're worth it. It'll be on the description in below. All right, that's it. Stay tuned for the next video.